Hey friends, welcome back to Homestead in a Box. My name is Leah and I'm super thankful to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to be planting one of my garden beds with a lot of my fall garden. And I want to show you that you don't have to have a very big garden space to plant a lot of food in it. This particular garden bed is 7 foot by 4 foot. And I'm going to be planting quite a bit of stuff in it, plus allowing room to be able to come back in succession sow in roughly 2 to 3 weeks more rows of what I'm planting. First though, I want to let you know, in case you're new here, I'm in eastern Oklahoma, zone 7B, and I just want to let you know, if you've had it in your heart to want to grow food, it's not too late to grow food. We have an estimated of 68 days left until our estimated first frost day. Okay, last year, I'm not the weatherman, but last year we didn't get our first frost until like 3 weeks after the estimated date, okay? That 68 days still allows you a lot of days to be able to grow food, okay? So right now you could go out and you could plant cucumbers, summer squash, zucchini, beans, peas, things like that, that are things that are more of a summer garden but can last up until your first estimated frost. And those are things that you can direct sow into the ground. You don't have to have plant starts or anything like that, and you still have time to grow those things. So if you have an itch and you have wanted less pest pressure, not have to water the garden 3 times a day, now is the time to go out and to plant those seeds. If you don't have a garden space, let me give you a little tip, okay? You can go out to bigger box stores or nurseries and buy soil by cubic square foot, and go buy you some of those, take them out of the bag, put it on top of your ground that you already have. You might choose the option to lay down some cardboard that doesn't have color ink printed on it or something like that, and then lay that soil on top of that and still plant your seeds. Your seeds will grow and hopefully you'll get some harvest off of it. But that is basically a no-till garden, okay? And it's almost the exact same as a raised bed garden. You just don't have something containing your dirt. Like, you just have it sitting there on top of your ground. It's called no-till. So it is possible. You don't have to have a big garden bed or anything like that. And today, like I said, I'm going to show you the amount of food that I'm going to be planting in a garden bed that is just 4 foot by 7 foot. So come with me, let's get started, because today I'm going to be planting beets, turnips, radishes, mustard greens, spinach, kale, all sorts of things in this one garden bed to show you that you can do it. I'm also going to be allowing room for succession sowing. So come with me, let's talk about some varieties and just a few things that I'm going to be doing here with my fall and winter garden. As you see, I've already have my rows done. I've done a little pre-work on this garden bed. It's already pre-moistened, everything. All we have to do is come in and plant some seeds, cover them up, and water them. But this is 4 foot by 7 foot. This is what we're going to be planting in. Okay, first things first is I'm going to be planting beets down here. My soil tends to wash this way more, so I need deeper dirt. So that's where I'm going to be planting my beets. Beets, I'm just going to be putting a thin line in, and then I need to leave at least 12 inches between the rows to come back in another week or another couple weeks to sow some more. So this is a Crosby's beets. I got these from Baker Creek Seeds. Here's the seed, and I'm just going to line this row with seeds. So I'm just going to be dropping them because I'll come in and thin them out. If there's one thing I learned about the summer garden, it's to mark everything. Write it down in your garden journal and mark it with a marker. So don't forget your marker. Beets. Okay, like I mentioned, I'm planting everything pretty close together because I'm going to be fertilizing it heavily, and I can do that. As long as you're fertilizing and you're giving your plants what they need, you can plant them closer together than what's recommended. You just don't want them fighting one another for nutrients and things like that. So I'm going to be planting these turnips just probably about 18 to 16 inches away from the beets. That way there's room between the two. That way I can succession sow another row of beets here in a few weeks. All of these I'll be succession sowing again. So everything I'm putting in here today, I will be putting another row of them in about 2 to 3 weeks. I'm going to be planting mustard greens next. These are 2 different varieties. Seeds come in a pack. There's so many seeds in this. And then I'm going to plant this variety also. I planted this variety last year, so I know what it tastes like, and it's much better after it gets colder. But I'm going to try this one this year too. All right, I'm going to be planting radishes in this row. And I have lots of different varieties of radishes. I'm probably just going to kind of fill in where I see necessary. All of these are direct sowed, so I have to keep fencing around it so the chickens will stay out of it. But these radishes are pink beauties. I've had them before. They're really good. A lot of people are weird about radishes. They don't like them, but I make them like potatoes, like fried potatoes, and they're really good. So if you've never tried radishes, try putting them in an air fryer and making them kind of like fried potatoes, and I have found they are actually very good that way. Got some ants in this garden bed, so let's cross our fingers that they're not too much of a nuisance and my things can grow. Do that. All right. There's that. Okay, everything that I have planted in this bed, all of it is from seed to harvest, less than 45 days. Maybe 45 to 50 days for the mustard greens to get to their full potential. And the kale, things like that, they take 30, 45 days, but everything grows really fast. All of your greens grow real fast. Your radishes grow fast. Your beets are going to take probably 50 to 60 days, somewhere around there. A lot of it also, remember, no matter what it is you're planting, read the back of your packet, Google the brand, Google the variety, see what they say, because it is going to depend on the variety that you're planting. Everything that I'm planting today, my beets, my turnips, my mustards, things like that, all should be good within 60 days. So that is why I can come in here in 2.5 weeks and succession plant them by putting another row there. So if you're wanting something to just kind of grow fast before the first frost day, all of the things that we planted today, you can grab some of those and plant them as well. I need to come water my pumpkins this evening, but they're okay. I don't have any small pumpkins formed yet or anything. So these pots, I'm telling you, these pots, they give me trouble, but I'm hopeful. Chickens are eating the stuff I threw out of this other garden bed over here. I cleared all the sunflowers and peppers out, and so now the chickens are eating it. I'm hoping to have lots of volunteer sunflowers next year because of this. Let's see, I see they've dug a hole over here. I have to put this green fencing around, or else the chickens will get in there. This is what it's like cohabitating. There's not an egg in that. I figured there would be, but anyway. All right, friends. Thanks so much for coming hang out with me today and getting this garden bed planted. I've been wanting to get it planted, but I wanted to record while I was planting it, just to show you like how many different things you can plant in a small space. As long as you're fertilizing that space good and you're stewarding that soil and those plants, and you're giving it what it's needs, they will grow. So you don't have to have this big idea of a huge garden and all of that to grow lots of food. And how cool about the zinnias? There's so many seeds in here that I'm not gonna have to buy. I'm super thankful for it. That's one of the things I have really just learned to appreciate while tearing my garden out and replanting things, is the fact that you plant one seed, and that one seed feeds you, and it also supplies you with a lot more seeds to plant a lot more food to feed a lot more people. So that's the way I feel about it. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I'm sending you good vibes as always. Send some good vibes to somebody that you know, and I will see you later in the week.